Where I work during the week down in Devon, it's a part of the country where there's a lot of all kind of new age, alternative lifestyle people and institutions, which are, very nice actually. But I've been to one or two of these meetings. I don't consider myself involved in all that myself, but I've been to one or two of these meetings. I've been to the Schumacher Institute, which is quite nearby, for a few presentations there. They've been very interesting. But one of the things I've noticed is with some people, not everybody by any means, but some people have a very particular relationship to the kind of ideas that have been presented. And not so much the kind of ideas, but just a relationship to big ideas. I was at this presentation about Jung some time ago, and it was very good and very informative and completely authoritative. It was a good presentation. But some of the questions afterwards made me think, these people haven't really been listening to this presentation, or if they have, they've been listening to it in a very particular way, and they're in a very particular state right now. It seemed as if they were completely gobsmacked by the ideas. They were completely enraptured by these ideas, completely taken over, and not just entertained and stimulated, but almost rendered catatonic by those ideas. It's almost as if, it's a similar kind of look on their face actually, a similar kind of tone in their voice, as I feel myself adopting occasionally when I'm standing at the edge of a cliff, or I'm looking at a huge storm, or some just massive natural event takes place, and you just feel kind of frozen and sublime at the same time. There's that sort of sublime terror that Burke talks about takes over. And it's terrifying, but at the same time it's kind of wonderful, and it's all encompassing, and it grabs you. But at the same time it does freeze you, and I do wonder about that. I do worry about it slightly, because I think those feelings, which actually aren't just in the people of Totnes. It's I think those feelings are alluded to in a lot of kind of positive writings. People like Carl Sagan and Richard Dawkins and Stephen Hawking. A lot of these people in their writing try to, if not reproduce that state, they try to allude to it. They talk a lot about awe and being wrapped in the face of the inspiring beauty and power of nature. These are the kinds of effects that are alluded to as, I'm not sure unreservedly good things, but certainly as good things in this part of the experience. And I suppose we do need them, and they are inevitable, that we do stand wrapped in front of nature, and we do stand wrapped in front of big ideas and grand concepts, as well as the Grand Canyon and big natural forces. But at the same time, these can be paralysing. I think this is what Spinoza was talking about actually, when he was talking about a certain kind of attitude to God and even the kind of slightly pantheistic God that he had, is that he was concerned that we would stand awestruck in front of it, kind of bedazzled by it, in a way which was debilitating, and which was in a way irresponsible. And I kind of share that. I am nervous about that. I'm as much of a sucker for big ideas as the next person, and I get as gobsmacked by the Large Hadron Collider as the next guy. But at the same time, I do kind of check myself at the door when I get that feeling and think, am I supposed to be feeling this right now? Is this an unproblematically good thing to think, wow, that's really big? Maybe I should be thinking some other things as well. I suppose I'm thinking about that in terms of religion, because I know you find that in religion quite a lot. Ray Van Soer writes about this in a book called On the Shores of Nothingness. He does a kind of cognitive poetic analysis of some religious texts and metaphysical poetry, that kind of thing. And what he's saying there is that it kind of, I think he at least, it kind of places you metaphorically, at the edge of an abyss and reproduces the conditions of standing at the edge of an abyss and being confronted by nothingness. You are on the shore of nothingness, as he says, and that kind of physiological and cognitive experience completely affects what you do next, I think. And it's addictive, you know, it's lovely standing on the shore of nothingness, but it is also debilitating at times, and I think some religion does debilitate in just that way. It puts you on the shore, shows you the abyss, and then just kind of exploits you, picks your pocket while you're standing there.